Good evening. I'd like to welcome everybody to the regular monthly meeting of the Lexington County School District 3 Board of Trustees. It is Tuesday, January the 10th, 2023, 6 o'clock, and we are meeting here at the district office, and I now call this meeting to order. This time we will have our Pledge of Allegiance led by Trent Dozier.
I pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And we will have our prayer by Mila Long.
Please bow your head for the prayer. Heavenly Father, we come to you today asking for your guidance, wisdom, and support as we begin this meeting. Help us engage in meaningful discussions, allow us to grow closer as a group, and guide us home safely. Amen.
Thank you so much, Mila and Trent. Thank you. Next up is the approval of the agenda, and without objection, we will approve the agenda as presented. Agenda is approved as presented. You also have in your packet the minutes from the December 13th, 2022 regular board meeting. You've had a chance to look over those. Without objection, we will approve those minutes. Minutes are approved. Next, we move on to the signing of our South Carolina School Boards Association Ethical Principles poster. And this is something that we do each year in January. And basically it says, as members of the board, we pledge our efforts to improve public education in our community and will solemnly try to represent the interest of the entire district when making decisions and to rely on available facts and on our judgment rather than on individuals or special interest groups. We understand the proper role of the board to set policies governing the district and to hire the chief administrative officer to carry out these policies, encourage an open exchange of ideas by all board members during the decision-making process, seek regular communications between the board and students, staff, and all segments of the community, attend all board meetings to study issues facing the board and to enact policies and official actions only after full discussion at such meetings, work with other board members in a conscientious and courteous manner befitting the public trust placed in the position of school board trustee, communicate concerns and public reaction to board policies and school programs to the superintendent and other board members in a professional manner, to support employment of the persons best qualified for staff positions and to ensure a regular and impartial evaluation to all our staff, avoid conflicts of interest and to refrain from using our board positions for personal or partisan gain, encourage recognition of the achievements of students and staff and of involvement of community residents, support legislation and funding which will improve the educational opportunities and environment for students and staff, take no individual action which would compromise the integrity of the board or administration, and to respect the confidentiality of information that is privileged under the Freedom of Information Act, to study current educational issues and to participate in training programs such as those offered through the South Carolina School Boards Association, and to make our district's educational setting the best possible to encourage all students to achieve and love learning. So I will just pass this around and we will each sign. Thank you, board members, and thank you for your work. I trust that we all are here, and I know that we are all here for the betterment of our students and districts, and I appreciate your hard work. At this time, we will move on to item 2.0, our consent items. Financial report from Ms. Roden.
Hello, good evening. You received your December financials in your packet. On the cash balance analysis, some items to point out. The Tier 3 money, last month, if you'll recall, we did not get the November payment, but this represents 2 months, November and December. And we also received the Tier 1 payment, which is the first tax exemption on the first $100,000 property tax relief that homeowners receive in our state. And down in the local revenue, First Steps, that's our quarterly claim from the First Steps from September. That's that payment. We're their fiscal agent, and we pay their employees' salaries and fringes and et cetera. And those are the items of interest on this month. Do you have any other specific questions about December? Okay, thank you.
Thank you. All right, we will move on to item 2.2, Superintendent's Report. Dr. Atkinson.
Thank you. We've had a great start to the second semester. It's been a month since our last board meeting, but only 7.5 school days. But we, like I said, we had a really good, smooth opening for the second semester. We had some challenges on the first day on January the 4th, and I just want to thank our administrative team and staff for making sure our students stayed safe during those tornado warnings. I don't know if you followed, but we had 2 tornadoes that were hovering in our district. Luckily, none of them touched down, and there was a third very close, but we were very fortunate, but they did a really good job of smoothly transitioning to the hallway and safe and getting those back. In the Midlands, there was, just so for your information, there was 1 EF1 tornado, 4 EF0s, and 1 that was a strong downburst, but that was not classified as a tornado. We did have a little bit, a report by the National Weather Service of some damage not too far from your home. And then we had 1 that was hovering, miscarried near your home. So we had them in the area. A little bit on the construction front, for the new addition, the high school, we do, the infamous switchgear is being installed this week. So every building has one of those, so it is being connected up as we speak. We do have an overhead inspection this Friday, January 13th, and just to kind of remind you, that is the next to the last inspection. After this, they will button up the ceilings, and the next thing to follow will be the occupancy final inspection. So we're hoping everything goes smooth there. They're getting ready to put the final coat of paint in the hallways and offices. Shelving and casework will be going in on January 23rd. Monday, furniture will be arriving and paving the new parking lot in the front, which we're all excited to actually have somewhere to park now, will also occur on January 16th, unless there's some weather issue, but it's a great day, that being Martin Luther King holiday, to be able to get that work when no one is there. We were excited to open the new Cape building on January 4th, and I'll just have to be honest, over Christmas break, it was touch and go there for a while. We did have an inspection for the office and school facilities, and just to be quite frank, they had approved some things when we started and didn't approve them at the end, so we had to make some changes very quickly. And I want to thank Robbie and in our contract construction and jumper car seats, because they did some work over Christmas to make sure that we were still able to open as we planned on January the 4th. Again, there's some few things that cosmetically and outside that we need to do, and the construction company, they're working after hours to do some of these touch-ups and complete the punch list. Lots of excitement, but I think it would be better for you all to hear from the source. I want to thank Mackenzie Taylor for going over to the New Cape Center and interviewing some teachers and staff and video them. And so we're going to share some of that excitement and pant the pride that you'll see in the video with you all this time.
Like a kid in a candy store. When I wake up in the morning, I'm excited. I'm always excited to go to work, mind you, don't take me the wrong way. But the fact that I'm coming into my new home, you know, it just motivates me even more.
I mean, it's a big building that everybody's learning to love, and all the things that we have, new opportunities just to learn in, it's good.
Definitely probably like the glass. You see the glass in the classroom and the floors. And the welding classroom, I've been there. I like how I look in there. Like, there's a lot of room, like storage and places like that, so.
It gives us more resources so we can do more hands-on experiences with our kids, which is all about career and technology, getting them ready for their career, so we're able to use that hands-on setting more frequently, and it brings the kids in. They want to touch things, they want to feel things, they want to be able to experience what they're going to experience in their real world.
Yeah, I think I'm going to get a real intake on how like jobs and everything is going to be more like now that we have better technology into the cake building. I really think it is going to enhance my learning throughout the years.
I like it a lot, and I like all the shops. And it was just like, wow, this is really nice.
Thank you. You gave our students experiences and opportunities that they did not have, and this will help them grow in the future.
Thank you, Mackenzie. That's all for my report tonight.
All right, thank you. And I will have to say, I heard firsthand from some family members how great that cake building was and how everybody was excited to be in there. So we are glad that it is in there and going strong. All right, at this time, we will move on to 3.0 recognition. 3.1, Ty Baltnight for completing SCSBA Level 1 training. Mackenzie?
Good evening, Madam Chair, fellow board members. Happy New Year to all of you. It is an honor this evening to congratulate Mr. Ty Baltnight on his completion of Level 1 of the South Carolina School Boards Association's Boardmanship Institute. The Boardsmanship Institute, as you guys all know, provides a year-round training curriculum that is focused on leadership skills for board members on both state and national educational issues. And there are 6 levels in the Boardmanship Institute. And again, we're here tonight to congratulate Mr. Baltnight on his completion of Level 1 and provide him with his official certificate from the School Boards Association. Mr. Baltnight, we'll get a picture afterwards, though. Okay. Congratulations. So congratulations, Mr. Baltnight, on that.
You want to go ahead with 3.2, recognition of the school board?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. So every January, Lexington County School District 3 joins school districts from across the Palmetto State in honoring all of you, our Board of Trustees members, as part of School Board Recognition Month. And this year's theme from the South Carolina School Boards Association is Forward Together, and it reminds all of us to celebrate the unique role that school boards play in championing and advocating for quality education, as well as honor each of you for the ownership that you take in governing all of our local public schools. You guys are the elected representatives of our community, and you represent our local community's voice and vision here for our public schools. There are nearly 600 locally elected and appointed school board members across the state of South Carolina, and it's our privilege this evening to recognize the 7 of you, of course, not only tonight and this month, but throughout the year as well. So to show our appreciation, we have 4 all of you a Forward Together yard sign. You can see those. They're located behind your chairs. And these are also going to be appearing at our district campuses later this week, and they will remain on our district campuses throughout the month to show our appreciation to all of you. And we also are excited to present to you a special gift that's located in front of your chairs tonight from the Nut House. So these are just small tokens of our appreciation for your support and dedication to our Panthers students and for all that you do for our staff and students throughout this school year. It's truly a wonderful place to be here in Lexington 3, and we're very appreciative of all of you, so thank you.
Thank you, Mackenzie, and congratulations, Ty. All right. We will move on to item 4.0, public participation. No cards? All right, well, then we will move on to item 5.1, the local board approved course request for Batesburg-Leesville High School. Ms. Rye.
Good evening. As you know, most of our courses are provided to us through the State Department of Education's course numbering that they do through Power School. But from time to time, we have need for local board approved courses. And tonight I'm bringing to you one entitled Internship. And this is similar to what we do already have in place in our CTE program, where students can take a work-based learning experience, but all of those courses are, or all of those work-based learning experiences are very course specific. So for example, if a student is in the pathway for building construction, they're going to take the building construction work-based learning experience. And this internship class will give us a little bit more option for some students who may want to do more than one work-based learning experience, but they're not necessarily going to be a CTE completer in 2 pathways. Or if there's an opportunity, as you know, we're trying to expand opportunities for students at the high school for them to do an internship in something that may not be one of our CTE pathways. And so the proposal that you had in your board packet is for 1 unit of elective credit for any student that wishes to pursue this opportunity, and they would have to request this opportunity during their annual IGP meeting.
All right, board members, any questions?
I guess the only question I had, I know because of COVID, we did so many IGP meetings virtually. We're doing it in person now, right?
We are doing the majority of them, but parents do still have an option to do them virtually if that's the only mechanism for which they can participate. Some parents just can't get away from work, and if that's a more convenient way, we are still offering that as an option.
Any other questions? All right.
Madam Chair, I make a motion that we grant approval for the local board course requested for BLHS as presented by Ms. Robb.
All right, we have a motion from Dr. Gunner to approve local board approved course request for Batesburg-Leesville High School. Do I have a second?
I second.
Second by Ms. Carey. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, raise your right hand. Motion passes unanimously. Thank you. All right, at this time, we are down to item 6.0, executive session.
Madam Chair, I make a motion that we move into executive session.
All right, we have a motion from Mr. Baltnight to move into executive session where we will be discussing contractual matters in reference to the Batesburg-Leesville High School project and personnel matters. Do I have a second?
I second.
Second by Ms. Baltnight. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, raise your right hand. Motion passes unanimously. We are in executive session.